Hello, good morning. How are we all? We are on day 4 on the farm. We're going to check our animals before we do anything else. Make sure that they're clean, make sure they're fed, watered. Sort of thing that you would do naturally in real life if you had a farm. So clean up those two. No eggs for us to pick up. They've got water and food, so that's the chickens done. In the shed, if you remember yesterday, we put our very first piglet. We'll check on him this morning. In and shut the door so we don't escape. Yeah, he's got a little... Oh, we got two bigs. I forgot, we bought two, didn't we? They've gotten a little bigger. Still got food, water, nothing to clean up. They won't be going to market today, they're not big enough yet. So we'll shut them up. And Daisy the cow up here. Let's see what she's up to this morning. There we go. Just inside the door. Come on, get back in here. Food and water. So we should be able to milk Daisy this morning. So let's go grab our bucket for her. Can't remember where we left it. Oh, we left it in the van, look. So here we go. Day 1. Our very first bucket of milk. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Now, big tip, when you do milk a cow, regardless of where it is, whether it's in this garage, in the shed, in the paddock when you've built the barn later on, don't have them up against a wall or a fence. You will get glitched and you may not be able to get out of the situation once you've milked the cow. You just install the milk bucket under the cow, and then once the bucket's in, you can start milking. You'll get these two icons. That's your arrow keys on your keyboard. Just press the one that's highlighted. Nice and slowly. Cows don't like to be milked too quickly, and they also don't like you milking the same teat over and over again. So you have to make sure that you alternate between them, just like you do in real life. And that's our first bucket of milk. Now, we can sell this to the shop if we want to. We wouldn't get a lot of money. I did test it out in earlier games. I'm not going to waste time on the farm going to the shop to show you how much we get for it. I know we're going to get more for it by making a cheese. So we'll put that there. We do need to go to the shop and get a cooking pan. Can't cook the milk without it. So we'll grab the bucket, the basket. Where did I put it? Where's my basket gone? Is it in the van? I've forgotten what I've done. I've been asleep since then. There we go. It is in the van. Have we got anything in it? No, we haven't. So we've got nothing on the farm that we can sell this morning apart from the milk. So we will go sell the milk, and then we'll be able to find out exactly how much we get for a bucket of milk. We can milk the cow again later on tonight, and then we'll make that one tomorrow into cheese. So that's our bucket. In we jump. We've still got half a tank of fuel, so we're okay for that for a minute. We've still got a spare bag of feed for whoever needs it. And off we go. Our little shortcut, if you remember. Straight to the shop. This makes life so much easier, not having to worry about wild animals or wasting petrol backing up when you've hit a tree. Helps if you stay on the road though. Nearly there. And as always, we'll drive straight on to the icon. jump out and go and see our friendly neighbourhood supermarket. I'd love to know what her name is. I wonder if anybody at the dev centre did name them. Perhaps they'll get names in the newer system. Right, so, sell. What do we get for a bucket of milk? Well, we get 7 pints, obviously, from one cow, if that's a pint icon. We get $3 per one, so that's $21, pounds, euros, wherever you are. We're going to sell that because what I want to do is see what we can buy. Now, we could get another bag of wheat, but we need a pan look, and we need 66. So that's not enough. So what I might just do, I know that we can sell wood planks, and as we've got nothing else to do today, it might be worth us making up some planks or actually clearing out the trees that we said we were going to do, and then come back tomorrow and look at getting a pan tomorrow. So 21, that's not going to give us enough. We need at least 2 more buckets of milk and a couple of eggs probably from the chickens. But then this is early access, it is early in the game. We knew we weren't going to have a lot of money, and right, this is why I say chasing animals may not be a good idea. They are very fast on their feet. We'll reload the gun. We'll see if we can get a shot in. Careful. We don't want to waste too many bullets, so I'm going to take my time. Nope, missed. Missed again. Come on. Blimey. If you're better at shooting, then by all means go after wild meat. But I am not very good at this. Never have been. Only because it stood still long enough for me to get a shot in. Now, because of the grass area here, meat can be very difficult to see. So normally I would bring the van closer, but as it's only there, and we know it's right beside this tree, we've got a good view of it. But as you can see, it blends in very well. We'll put this in the back of the van, and we'll take this straight back to the shop so that we can sell it. You can see now, trying to find it would be very difficult if you didn't have an absolute idea as to where the meat was. So let's pop that one in there. Go back and pick up the next one. If it was further out in the middle of the grass, I could spend quite a bit of time trying to remember where it was dropped. So big tip, if you are going to go hunting this way and you do enjoy it, once you've killed the animal, before you skin it and turn it into meat that can be sold, go up to the meat, up to the deer or wolf or bear with the van, so that when you've skinned it, you're right beside it, you can't lose it. Now, maybe, hopefully, this will be enough money to get a pan so that the next milk can be made into cheese. So out we pop. Hello, back again, yes. Sell. So, wild meat will get us 15 each, that's 45. So I've used 3 bullets to get 45 meat. That's not too bad at this stage. I wouldn't be doing that on a regular basis, but it has given us enough to get our pan, which will leave us 14. Now, how much was a bucket? 8. So I'm going to get a second bucket now, so that we can milk another cow when we get it later. and then we can get 2 cheeses out of each bucket of milk, and we don't have to, because what I want to do is get 3 cows up and running eventually, so we'll need 3 buckets. Because another little tip for you, when I was farming, I found that if you buy the same colour cow, while you're milking one, the other one starts to run around, it's hard to tell which one you've milked and which one you haven't. So what I was doing was placing an empty bucket under each cow before I milked any of them. That way, once I'd milked one, picked up the bucket, I knew which 2 quite easily needed to be milked later. But again, show you that tip when we get to that stage. It's just a little reminder to myself and information for you to check on later on in the game. And we are back at the farm with our pan. We won't get another milking from the cow until about 5 o'clock this evening. I haven't found a time yet during the day when you can't milk it a second time. I do it earlier each time, trying to find out when the earliest you can get the second milking. We're 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll try at 5 and see if she'll give us our second bucket then, and then we can slowly bring the time down each day until we find a time when we can't milk a second time, and then we'll know exactly when it will be. Save us running to and fro and wasting time, because time is money on the farm. That's what my father always used to tell me. You have a routine, you do it. First things first, animals in the morning. Then you can spend the day doing whatever you want until it's time to milk them again in the afternoon. We were going to chop some logs if we needed some money, but we don't, so I'm not going to waste a journey coming down here. Bring a log and we'll clear this area so that we can bring a truckload down if we want to. Plus these will be closer. We'll ferry these by hand. That's those 3. I think that should be clear enough. Yeah. Pop these down and keep an eye on the time. We've got a couple of hours, so we'll take these into the shed. That should be fairly quick. I'm just dropping them here right beside the wall. I'm not even really placing them as such. That way I'm not wasting time trying to line it up so that they get close together. They'll stay put and we will be able to grab them quickly enough for the sawmill. We've got a couple down here. Still keeping an... Oh, it's still only 3 o'clock. Plenty of time. And here I was panicking. We might even have a couple of eggs when we go back up to check the cows, but we'll pick them up in the morning, just like we would in real life. Always grab the eggs first thing in the morning, nice and fresh for breakfast, or go into the market that day. We're not in a hurry to build any barns. Like I said, animals make the money, not the buildings. So we need to get the animals up and running as early as possible, and only doing this sort of thing when there's nothing to do for the animals. So that's those. We'll chop that one down. Clear the path back to the house, so that we can get down here with a van quickly. We won't take these down to the shed. We'll just chop them up so it is easier to navigate with a van, and we can load them up later on. That has taken us nearly the hour. Time does go very quick on the farm. You'll suddenly realise, oh, sugar, it's dark, and that's the day over. Right, so We'll try. We'll try it at 4 o'clock. Here we go, look. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see if she'll give us our second bucket of milk yet. Grab that. Where are you? Come here. If she is stuck in a corner, just bring a... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. See what I mean by being stuck? There we go. Now I'm struggling to get out. That's exactly what I mean by not having... Oh, how am I going to get out of this? Oh, there we go. No. Up on the box. There we are. This is why I say... No, I don't want a milk. Where's the bucket? Let's take the bucket away. That'll move her. Right, put that down there. Come here, Daisy. Let's put you back in the middle of the room. Now we can... There we go. So yes, be very careful. Don't have the bucket in your hand, because if you do, you may end up milking. And yes, so that's at 4:45. Not as close to 4 o'clock as we'd liked, but we have our second bucket of milk. So maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon is the earliest that we can get a bucket of milk. Still got food and water. I will put this one in the kitchen, sorry. Oh dear. And we will do 3 lots of milk up at the same time. No, correction, won't have the money for the moulds, so can't do the math on that. So we'll cook this one. Doesn't take very long to cook at all. By the time you've run the bucket back to the shed or the garage, whichever one you've put your animal in, and come back, this will have been done. But we've left the bucket there, so I want to grab this as quickly as we can, and then we will have a couple of hours before we go to sleep. This goes in here. You can see we've only got room to do cheeses at the moment. We can't process any meat here unless we can use that shelf there. I've not actually processed meat because I've never been to the point where I could afford the meat grinder. I was planning on getting one and checking it out, but then when we got the information that everything was going to be updated, I wanted to do a blog for the farm early access. Put that in the back of the van, because we will probably take the cheese with us tomorrow up to the shop. Come on, why are you not allowing me to... There we go. So that's 1 bucket of milk. We left the other one at the shop, which we won't need, so we'll grab the one from here. Take that back up to Daisy the cow. And then we'll just check the pigs, make sure that they don't need cleaning out at the end of the day. There you go. And we'll also have to consider getting some more feed as soon as we can. At least with 1 cheese to go to the shop tomorrow and a couple of eggs, we should be able to get a couple of feed. We've got 1 spare bag there. Oh, yep, they need cleaning out. Thought they might, considering there was none first thing this morning. And we'll give the pigs the 1 spare bag that we've got, because they've just finished eating all of that. There we go. So at least that bag wasn't wasted when we moved the chickens. There you go, piggies. And like I say, a little bit bigger than what they were when they came home. but not big enough yet. Don't like to leave pigs too long. Some people leave them for days and days and days until they need the money. But my thought is, you wouldn't do that on the farm. You would take them to the market as soon as you possibly could, with the view that you want to get the best amount of money for the best quality meat. And once a pig gets too old, then the meat's not as good. Not going to get a decent price for it. In real life, that is. So, but in this game, obviously, it's a different situation. Right, does that give us a bit? Yeah, it gives us a bit more room. Just looking to take down the last couple of trees, clear out the route for the shop, so we get a nice clear view, easy access for the van. Yeah, much better. And that brings us straight up this side. Perfect. Drop that one down. And we are at 7:15, so we'll move these to the side. These last few minutes, so that we're not running over them and possibly end up flipping the van when we come back. Plus, if we put them all in one place, it'll be easier to load up to the van when we do decide to take them down to the sawmill. It's like I mentioned earlier, if you've got a lot of logs and you don't have a lot of money, this is one way of getting money. Each log makes 2 planks. Each plank gets you 2 coins. Dollars, pounds, euros, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from. And it is quick money, but at this moment in time we cannot replace any trees. They don't respawn, so we're conserving them as best we can in case we do need them for building purposes. So let's pop these out of the way. And backache. Time to go home. Had enough for the day. It's dark. Can't see. 8 o'clock. So there we go. That's another day done on the farm. Thank you very much for watching. Do all the usual things. Like, subscribe, hit the buttons, bells, whistles, everything like that. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.